Hi, everybody. We're back today with another episode of Howie's Hometown Heroes, where we feature business owners, entrepreneurs, and community members who are doing extraordinary, amazing things in their community. Today, we're in Poughkeepsie, New York, right up the road from where I am. We're here with Micah Bennett from Hudson Valley Concierge Service. So he has a hotel background, so that's kind of so you think concierge doing all kinds of stuff for you. He does all kind of stuff for you. We're going to hear all about that in a little while. So let me tell you a little about Micah. He's won a 40 under 40 award. That means he's less than 40 years old and done all kinds of crazy stuff and great things. He's an Innovator of the Year award. His service is totally unique and really is tailored to what people need. Today, he told me he was in Saratoga, of all places. Like, holy cow. So he does all kinds of things everywhere. But things that for him, that really comes from his heart, this is what I'm hearing, is that he's really proud of his team, the people he works with. He hires bunches of people all the time, and proud of his family who supports him. He's out driving, doing all kinds of things constantly. And you get that tug of, where your kids want you home, you want to be home with your kids, but you got to do the business, but somehow they manages to kind of put it all together. And certainly he's thankful for all the customers he has and repeat customers that keep coming back. He does a great service, right? Exactly. And one thing I find really fascinating and really interesting, and we're going to talk a little bit about this also, is he's really thanking God and the spirituality and all the things that go along with that help him kind of move forward and keep him grounded in what's really important in his life. So I'm really looking forward to this great conversation. I've been talking to him for a long time, trying to get him on this show. So Micah, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Howie. Thank you for having me be here. It's been a long time coming because,
exactly.
I'm always everywhere, but I appreciate you making the time and, and allowing my day to be able to make this work with.
There you go. Awesome. Awesome. Very good. And so tell us a fun fact, something we wouldn't know.
Oh, well, listen, I love Monopoly, playing Monopoly and watching Coco Melon with my daughter.
There you go.
When you got kids, you find out that you still got cartoon like and heart. So I'm just
there you go. Exactly right.
No more Rugrats, right?
That's right. So, and you got the Monopoly thing. So there's the business guy inside of you anyway. Right?
I love it. And and honestly, people don't know there's a knack and a skill for playing that game. And, most people just, roll the dice, let's put money in the middle and hope we can jump and go past goal millions of times. Yeah. But there's a science to when you're crossing around the board. For example, when you're going down the first aisle of go, when you're buying properties, you're paying for almost $50 for the property. So you want to buy those cheap. So when you get 2 or 3 of the set, then you can make your money faster. Most people want to be around when you go to jail where they have, I think it's Illinois and New York over there, and they think that's a sweet spot. But then again, it costs a lot of money, and then you got Park Place. So once you play it over the years, it's like chess. It's become like strategy.
Something strategy.
That's it. So
see that?
I love it.
See that? So it actually, I don't want to mimics, not the right word. It models real life real estate.
Yes.
I mean, the same kind of thing, right? So you learn the strategy investing in real estate, and then then you do really well, and then you're playing the game too. So that's really very cool. Very cool. There's something I didn't know. Nice to see you. So tell us a little bit about how Hudson Valley Concierge Service started.
Excellent. Thank you for asking. So Hudson Valley Concierge Service started in 2011, 2012 officially. But, prior to that, I was working at the Marriott Residence Inn, and Bill Marriott taught me something. And he said that if you take care of all your internal customers, they will bring you more external customers. And what happened was I had a knack for something that I didn't even know. And, basically when someone parked their car in front of the hotel, you probably had 16 or 15 seconds from walking from their car to the double doors to the front desk and meeting with me. So in my mind, I said, I had to make sure that this customer, number one, is going to enjoy the experience when they walk into this building, because I don't know what their day was like. Number two, that they're going to enjoy knowing that they're going to spend their money to stay here at this hotel. And number three, they're going to have a great experience and wake up tomorrow morning to start their day so impactful and ready to start.
Excellent.
So it was knowing that, for example, we had a lady that came out of a car with a polka dot dress, And she looked frustrated. So what I did was when I saw her coming out the car, I said, all right, Michael, when she comes in, we're going to tell her that her dress looks amazing. And it said, listen, I know you had a good day because you're ready to just digress, right? And we're here at the hotel. And let me tell you, when she came up to that front desk, she had smiles on her face.
Yeah.
Not only that, when you know who the person is based on their preferences, you can tell and say, okay, if it's a Taco Tuesday, if it's Tuesday, you can get those tacos, put it up in the room for her, or say, listen, I got a special table in the corner. All those little things make the day and the experience for the customer.
Absolutely.
And so what I said was, wait, hold on. I've been doing this already inside of a hotel. Why do people have to spend $700, $800 a night to get a concierge or someone to help them? Light bulb went off.
Yeah.
That's when I started the business. I was working a lot with a lot of seniors in Highland, taking out the garbage, cutting the grass, watering the plants, bringing in the mail. If they weren't home and they need me to look after something, I would feed the cats and walk the dog, simple stuff like that. But be honest with you, I didn't call Hudson Valley Concierge Service or call it a concierge service until 2 years in, because I didn't even know what to call it. And I didn't even know that I was technically doing concierge work.
Interesting.
That's it.
So there you go.
That's it. And ever since that day, I never looked back.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So I think that's interesting that every second or, every experience somebody has from the time they drive up to the next day when they check out is something special, and you can help them out and make them feel good about being in your hotel.
Of course. And the thing is, I wanted to make sure not only that they had that physical experience, but I wanted them to leave with a mental experience, something that would be lasting forever.
Right.
So anytime they think of the Poughkeepsie, they think of the Marriott Residence Inn.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to talk to Micah. Wait, I need to call Micah.
Yeah.
When I go there, I'm gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
It was just, I needed that perception to be stuck so that when they came here, whether on work or leisure, that they knew they were going to have a good experience. And that was key.
That was key. Exactly. And things that you can do that are unique, like notice the dress or flowers or who knows, whatever, things that you can key in on and that really they nearly know that you care about them.
Correct.
That was the whole point, is to make that really work. So that's very cool. So that's 2011, 12, 13. It's now almost 10 years later. And now you're expanding all over the place. What kind of things have you learned since then? So actually, besides cutting the grass and getting the mail, what other services do you provide now? And how did you add those services to them?
So I love that you asked this question. So most people don't know. When I started off with Hudson Valley Concierge Service, I started out with one side of the company, just the personal service and delivery side. And I knew that convenience services was going to be on a rise. I've been reading the IBS reports and, doing some studies. And I said, wait, hold on. If someone wants their pizza picked up and delivered to them, why wouldn't they want Burger King, McDonald's, something from the bodega, Hannaford's, whatnot? It's the same thing. Only thing different is a different item.
Same thing.
So I said, all right, we're onto something. And then in business, they teach you always listen to your customers, because that's where the value comes from. You don't have to do a lot of changing. If they tell you to change one thing, that's maybe what you got to do.
That's all you got to do. Exactly.
So they started asking, seniors started asking for transportation. And I said, all right, well, let me test this out, because we were able to go to the store for them. But now you have seniors that wanted to have their independence.
Okay.
To age in place, right? So if all we had to do was drive them and say, hey, we're here at the store, open the door, walk them in, help them push the car. If there's something on the top aisle, we'll grab it for them and we'll stand off behind them, and just, we're there. Because again, we want them to feel independent and that they can call their daughter and son and say, I got it all done. And then they're going to say, how? I got a concierge. But it's those things that we make light to say, hey, sometimes those things are serious, but at the same time, these are things that we do. So now, and the reason why I bring that up is because at the time, Uber was doing transportation first.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they brought on delivery and personal services.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So more just delivery.
Yep.
But I saw delivery and personal service as a high benefit first because I knew people didn't have the time. The work dynamic for the family, especially for a two-person mother and father in a home with 2 or 3 kids,
Yeah.
the dynamic changes. Someone's always working.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the income source either, I'm not saying it's seldom, but sometimes it gets stretched. And how do you be creative when you don't have time, but you do have discretionary income on the other hand, right? So it's kind of like, all right, now maybe I'm thinking of HVCS, I don't want to say wrong, but I said maybe there's more to concierge service than what the normal way of thinking was. So I said, you know what, if we bring it to the personal individual's home, I'm going to offer you 3 services: delivery and transportation and personal services. Anything that can fit in those 3 categories, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And here's the funny part. Those 3 service categories, they encompass everything that me and you do already.
Yeah.
Already. So that's why I make it that simple. So I said, okay, listen, you're equestrian, you got a horse fetus that you need me to pick up? No problem. Pick it up, drop it off, bring it to Pennsylvania. No problem. Your daughter's getting married. She has a dress at Kleinfield down in New York City. That's it. No problem. I'll go pick it up. I may not put it on. I'll bring it down so you have it for your wedding day. It's special. Better yet, you need a shuttle service for your family coming in for the month and around Thanksgiving, and you want to bring them around the area. You call us. We'll show you around the area. You know, it's because when people are always being told no, I like to be able to tell them yes.
There you go.
And the thing is, when customers call me, it's not saying that they need it answered and it to be taken care of today.
Yeah.
They need someone to talk to so they can get this emotionally out. So they know someone can say, yes, I will help you. Let me take this off your chest and your shoulders so you can have a better day. And that's really what they want to hear.
That's what I hear.
That's it.
That's right. Right. And it's that value they could almost never get anywhere else, almost at any price.
That's correct.
Right. So there you go. And especially if it's an elderly person whose family is not nearby or something, and you hear that a lot with, I think, seniors who are, I don't want to say not locked up, but, are sheltered in some way and can't get out. And the depression and all the other stuff that goes along with that. And you really help with that also as almost like a side benefit that you didn't really think of, Yes,
but what we did now, we not push away from the individual. Now we focus more on the B2B side. So we've been working with hospitals, same-day surgery facilities, working with the film industry. Also, we have, private contracts with artists where we're picking up their paintings and delivering. I'm talking 5x5 paintings.
Oh, big.
These are big. But then again, they love this just because, they didn't think about using a concierge service that way. And not only that, it gets personalized. So it's continuing to grow.
Nice.
Just yesterday, we just had a meeting with Amy from Serpro. And the thing is, when you have a meeting with me, I don't want to talk. I want to talk and get a solution done. So I said, you know what? We need to figure out how can we get concierge service as a line item. So when you are going to the client's home and they had a fire, they had a water damage issue.
Yeah.
So now they can call a concierge and say, hey, can you pick up these items from Target? Because the house is, it's smoldering now. But I still got to work with the adjuster and Amy right now. So you can get, the food, the little snacks for my kids for school tomorrow. That would be helpful. And then we could charge for it. So I'm thinking outside the box at what's not being done before. So when's the last time you saw a concierge service with a mold of remediation or a fire restoration?
Yeah, you don't see that stuff at all. Yeah. You're lucky if you get, a hotel room to stay in for a while, right? And the rest of the stuff is you're kind of on your own. That's very cool. Wow, that's a great service. So do you have some real cool success stories that you really helped somebody out and they really appreciated you?
I mean,
it sounds like you got good, here's some good stories, something.
I probably can go on for days. I don't really have a particular story per se. I just I just really want to make sure that when my clients are done, they're satisfied.
Yeah.
And and really what I try to do is invoke a hug.
I was just going to ask that actually.
Because when I get that hug, it's normally for 10 to 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You saved my life. And I'm like, I don't see no ambers.
Yeah.
But it just feels good. And that's just that. Maybe it's just me just feeding off of that, the human touch. Maybe it's that commercial that I saw 5 years ago when, it was talking about I'm just a number. And I'm like, wait, you're not a number.
No.
And the moment that I was able to start and own my own business, I said, these are things that I will make sure that I convey. I make sure that I exert. I make sure that they feel. Because again, anybody can take your money. Anybody could. They can set up and say, I got a business, and all you got to do is say, hey, this is the guy that meets my need, and that's it. But the question is he meeting every need? And are you satisfied? And will you be able to say to your friends and family and colleagues with confidence, like we do in B&I, right?
Yep.
Those are the best referrals, warm leads, right?
Yep.
Hey, who do you use for the airport? Who do you use to pick up your groceries?
Yep.
HVC. Oh, really? How you like them? They're great. Don't worry about it. Just call them.
Yes. And there you go. There you go. And I mean, I can hear the satisfaction you get, out of really helping somebody out. And that the hug you get at the end is priceless. It's really expensive. So, yeah. So where do you see yourself in the next 3, 5, 10 years? Like what's the future for Hudson Valley Concierge Service? Is it going to be more than Hudson Valley, or where else are we going?
So right now we've been working throughout the country and traveling. A couple months you guys saw us in Tennessee. We're usually in New York City. So we're going to be traveling a little bit more next year. We're calling it the tour. So I don't want to share too much about that.
All right.
So I'm calling it the tour. So just know when you add that, you're moving. But I will say this. Our real goal, one of our main focus is we want to consider pushing more in the healthcare space, because that's my baby. That's my sweet spot.
Good.
All right. I come from a healthcare background, with my mom being a nurse for over 40 something years.
Yeah.
My sister's a doctor, and my aunts and all that. But what happened is that we have a service called HOP, when it's called Hudson Valley Concierge Service, on-site professionals.
Oh.
And I thought long and hard about this, and I watched the way Fortune 500 companies operate, like Google, Amazon. And I see how the value that they created for their staff, the work-life balance, right? And I said, okay, they get barbers at the office when they want to look good, right? Or they get a haircut, right?
Yeah.
They get the car maintained if they come to the office and say, hey, I just need to fill out a ticket and get a car taken care of. Well, why do you have to be a company that's bringing in $35 million when you have an awesome staff and your margins or your cap is over 30%? So you have the revenue to cover for this, right? So all you have to do is pay for a certain amount of hours for the month, and you have a concierge at the front desk.
They can do whatever. Yeah.
Ask whatever they want.
Yeah.
So now here's the cool thing about it. When you have a concierge on the job and you're coming in, good morning, Howie. How are you doing today? Guess what? I know your wife's birthday is next week. Well, guess what? I don't know if you got a cake, but here's a couple options. What I was thinking of some different restaurants or different catering that offer and provide cakes in this realm.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna package this, leave this for you. So when you come on break or when you get done with your day, just please stop down at this, or I'll have that set up to where you are.
Yeah.
Now you're like, wow, thank you.
That is like awesome. Yeah, exactly.
I know you're thinking about it, like, because you're not going to forget your wife's birthday.
That's right.
But knowing someone else is giving that extra touch to say, hey, I'm here to help you. But guess what? You got to go to work right now. But I'm behind the scenes making this all smoozy like.
Right.
I'm going to make sure when you're done and you're ready to say, hey, Mike, you know what? I'm going to take you up on that offer. Let's order the cake. Let's have it delivered to her job. And can we have a mariachi band there too? Because she likes mariachi music. And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Right. And then at the end of the day, you're going to say, man, my job really cares about me.
Yeah.
I want to show up here every day.
Yeah.
When Primerica says, hey, how we do this, I'm not taking a step. I'm doing hula hoops and backflips, right? Because you know that they're there to take care of you. And not only that, they value you.
Yeah.
Because again, they could give you more benefits. They could pay you more. But what they're trying to show you is that life happens. And when life happens, work is there to help when you need them to be there, because you're there 90% of your day investing with us, and then the other half you're home with your family.
And when you're at work, and when you're home, you're home. And when you try to cross over and do some other stuff at the same time, it rarely, I think, gets both jobs done efficiently.
That's correct.
And that's where you're making people's time more efficient. So
now watch this, right? The task is done. You felt all that. Now, when you go home, you don't have to worry about work.
Yeah.
The task of whatever you had to do personally has been taken care of. So all you got to go home to do is what? Relax, enjoy your rest of your evening,
family.
Enjoy your family,
and
be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. There you go. That's a great, and I can really feel how much you feel for your customers and your own employees. You know, how that whole concierge and helping kind of stuff is pervasive. I mean, you just can't wait to help somebody else in whatever their particular thing is.
That's correct.
And your reward is getting that hug.
That's it.
That's it. I love that. So tell us, let's go back a little bit though. Tell us just a little bit about, we talked about how God keeps you grounded and all the other stuff. So tell us a little more about that.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm blessed. And when I say I'm blessed, I have air in my lungs. And most people, sometimes when they wake up, they can't even move. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes you have people that complain about the things that might be astronomical to them, but in reality, it's a pebble. And the stuff that I have went through with this business, trials, ups and downs, there's times where I thought I just want to go to the bridge because it's so stressful.
Yeah, sure.
But because I got on my hands and knees and prayed and asked God to guide me, I'm here today. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not the same man that I first started. In the beginning, I can tell you, I probably wasn't as humble that I am today. But at the same time, I find it rewarding knowing that I serve others, because that's what of God would do, right? In the Bible, he was serving others, brothers and sisters. And how can I be a businessman, the leader of my home, of my team, and not exert those things, right?
Sure.
And at the end of the day, I have kids. Just the other day, I didn't think that my son is watching and listening. But between me and you, where I live in the city of Poughkeepsie, there's times where my wife and I will feed the homeless, right, around by the park. But my son goes, Dad, it's been a while. We haven't fed the homeless in a while. And I said, wow. And now he wants to.
Yeah, sure.
He's reminding me. So that tells me what I'm doing is fruitfully growing into him.
Exactly right.
I'm 34 years old. I don't want to wait till I'm 97 when I'm in nursing home, where I'm telling someone, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. No. If I make mistakes, I want to make them today. And I'm asking God to give me the courage to do better.
That's right.
Because listen, for example, even I know today, I'm sure we had to put out a fire or something. I'm sure we showed up 2 minutes late for a trip because of another client or whatever the case may be, or traffic or whatnot. It happens. But at the end of the day, I can't say, oh, I'm just going to throw in the towel and it's over. No, we're going to do better tomorrow, the next day, every day. Because if you're going to be on my team and you're going to be around me, there's no way that you can't succeed. Because every day when we come together, I must, I will, and we will succeed. Period.
Cool. Very good. I just love that energy and positiveness that you exude really everywhere you go. And, we always like to say that right there you go. Exactly right. And, not all heroes wear capes. And you and your team are the whole team of cape, whole team of those kind of heroes helping people out.
They're great people.
Yeah. Very good. Well, thanks for being here, Micah. And just want to remind everybody, if there's somebody in your world, somebody you think we should feature on Howie's Hometown Heroes, just let me know, put their name in the comments, all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to see the link to this video in the comments below. So just remember that whether it's your family, your organization, or your company, it's really money that make those gears keep turning. Make sure your money is working for you in the most efficient way possible.
Thank you, Howie.
Thanks for being here, Micah.
Thank you, Howie. Thank you for having me. And thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you.